So we're going to get down and dirty now because this is a tank that is probably my dirtiest tank ever. This is the fish that from my outside summer tubbing, water and all, plants and all, rocks and all, and just brought it in here. So before you disrupt the plants or the rocks or the scape, it looks pretty clean, nice and settled. But once you start moving some stuff around and checking out, as soon as I pull anything out, it's instant dirt. And not that I mind a dirty tank. But this gets super bad. I'm gonna do like a 90% water change. I'm gonna do a 90% water change. I'm gonna pull this whole rack out, put backs on both of these tanks, add some plants and see if I can clean this tank up a little.
Hey everybody, it's Susie Q and I'm here to show you just what I do. I have a passion for fish and exotics too, so come along with me, it's Susie Q. Hey everybody, it's Susie Q. Hey everybody, it's Susie Q.
Welcome to QueAquatics and Exotics. Oh, this has got to be probably the only tank that I would be embarrassed to show anybody. This is, I would say, the only tank that I'm not real proud of. Sophie says don't forget to hit that notification bell. So this is my tank from my summer tubbing. And I brought all my fish in from the 2 tubs and the tank on the porch, and I brought all the substrate in, I brought the dirt in, the plants, the fish, the fry, everything that survived my summer tubbing and everything that was breeding in my summer tubbing came in this tank with the same outside water. And my intent was to do water changes until it was back to like aquarium water, back to my dechlorinated tap water. But it didn't work out that way, and it kind of got neglected a little bit. And I'm not quite sure how that is, but I'm here to fix it today. And there is a lot of work I have to do to fix this tank. So some of the things I gotta do is I gotta probably do like a 90% water change. But when you do a water change on a dirted tank, you gotta be real careful. I've tried 3 or 4 different siphons. The first siphon, it just kept getting clogged with the dirt and the dead leaves. Then I tried another siphon, and that didn't work so well. I can't use the python because all this dirt will end up in my sink. And even with a filter, it's just a lot of sludge. So I very methodically kept draining, and every time I drained it, I had to let that water settle a little bit, make sure that there was no fry in my water, dump the water out, and I did this until it was drained. Then I wanted to pull out the tanks. But the way this rack is set up, and if you remember, I'll put a link to this. These racks, very affordable, but they're not made to fit. A 40-gallon breeder fits exactly in there, no wiggle room. You can't just pull a tank out, you have to tear the whole rack down to get the tank out. So I thought it'd be a good idea to move the 2 tanks and rack all in one by myself. Anybody else thinking that was a good idea? So I'll show you how that worked out. I'll show you how that worked. It didn't work out. But doing a 90-degree or 90% water change to get all that water out. I'm going to pull the racks away from the wall because I want to put a backing on. I don't know if you can tell. You can tell in a lot of these videos. I tried to hang up a little plastic so that you couldn't see the actual basement wall. The basement wall is made up of this multicolored tile. and it's just obnoxious. I'm sure at one time it was nice for something, and it's also an old outlet sitting there. The tile's pretty, I think the tile's pretty obnoxious looking. So I want to put backing on. So I have a lot of that blue vinyl left over. So I'm doing blue vinyl on these two tanks. 40 gallon on the top, 40 gallon on the bottom. Once I have this in, and it was quite a feat getting this body in between that little crack in the back. It's like, so then once I got, and I'm thinking I probably should have put the vinyl on the side of it, so when I'm in the tank looking, I don't see the rest of the basement. But I didn't. But that I could always add because it's on the side. So once I got it, I wanted to put the rack back. But the problem is it wasn't level. The back needed to be raised up 2 tiles. 2 of those peel and stick tiles, 2 thicknesses of that peel and stick tile. Except for I was by myself, leaning the racks forward, trying to use my foot to push the 2 tiles underneath. Then I put the 2 tiles near the base and use the level, trying to use that as, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, this was not a one-person job. I don't know what I was thinking. And I know it looks very murky, but it is a dirty tank. And this is, I gotta have to record this later because I'm hurting. I should have just waited for John to wake up or for somebody to help me, but no, I wanted to do what I wanted to do when I could do it. So I kept going with that, and I get it back, and now it's level. So now I start adding the water back in, dechlorinated it and put the water back in, but of course it's very murky because it's a dirty tank. So this is about an hour after a 90% water change. It's got every kind of substrate you can think of, including outside dirt. So it took a little bit to settle down. And the blue is bright, so I got to give Steenfot credit on that one. That black probably would have been a better fit, but the blue is free, so I'm sticking with the blue. And I'm going to call it Steenfot Blue. It seemed to be a little bare, so I got some plants. I got, let's see if we can see them in here. Got the mermaid plant, I got the hedgerow plant, I got some water sprite because it's real fast growing and I want it to fill out a little bit. I got pennywort, one of my favorites, the pennywort. And then there was the Java fern in there and the nubus. So now that I filled the water up, put the tank back, filled the water up. There's no heater in here because these are cold water fish. And I want to keep all these tanks on the bottom. Like this is the end 2 tanks for my 40 gallon breeder wall. If you recall, there's 10 full gallons, 10 full 40 gallon breeders. So all the ones on the bottom I'm converting to be cold water. So the first 2 are the axolotls, the other one was the goldfish tank, which is now the goldfish quarantine or hospital tank as needed. And then I have my Neolamprologus multifasciatus, which are not cold water, so I would like to move them to a higher level 40 gallon breeder, but I'm in no rush. And now this is the white cloud minnows, and be cold water. And if I move the multis up, I'll probably put my Danios, my Tinwinnies down on the bottom, because I really like, I like the way that looks. And I'm going to try to get so where I can raise the temperature of the fish room, and the bottom tanks can be cooler and the upper tanks will be warmer. So that's my end goal here for this 40 gallon breeder wall. And that's alright, so I swapped out the light with a shop light. And I have a shop light on it. Let's see if we can see that. So there's the tile backing, that's my wall. This massive electrical outlet that used to be an old kitchen down here before the township told the prior owners to remove the kitchen. And now this is my new dirted tank with some plants with my white cloud minnows, sparkling gouramis, and Steenfont blue background. So I don't know if I'm going to do the summer breeding with the white cloud minnows next year. I might want to swap up some fish, but I can see now, 2 days later, the tank is starting to settle. So here's what it was before, and here's what it is now. Now I'm thinking when these plants start growing in, I will absolutely love it. I might even put another, like a rock cave in there. So I really appreciate you coming and checking out this tank, and don't be too hard on me. I'm kind of embarrassed over the tank and the condition it was in, and I'm going to do better by these fish, I'm telling you. Now that I've got the water changed, I'm going to keep up with my water changes in this tank. I'm going to let the plants grow in. I might even add some more plants. I was thinking about some valves in the back because I really like the valves grow a little taller and they just kind of like flow over the top of the 40-gallon breeder. I like that look a lot. So thanks for coming along with me while I do this major cleanup of this dirty tank. So I appreciate that. Thank you. But right now, we're going to all head over to Aquafunk. He's going to be premiering a video. We got a few minutes. So let's head over, of course, after the song. You ready for it, guys? Stay to the very end if you want to see my daughter who sang this song, what she looks like. Got a couple second clip of her right when she was finishing singing it.
Hey everybody, it's Susie Q and I'm here to show you just what I do. I have a passion for fish and exotics too, so come along with me, it's Susie Q. Hey everybody, it's Susie Q and I'm here to show you just what I do. I got a passion for fish and exotics too, so come along with me, it's Susie Q. Hey everybody, it's Susie Q and I'm here to show you just what I do. I have a passion for fish and exotics too, so come along with me, it's Susie Q. Hey everybody, it's Susie Q. Hey everybody, it's Susie Q. Na na, hey everybody, it's Susie Q, so come along with me. Said I'm Susie Q.